Pat, he played that honky-tonk music the way he lived his honky-tonk life. Walking around on them mangled hips that he, with the pins in the joints that he got from laying down his Harley on a wet corner on a whiskey night. And he fought the devil. And he fought the whiskey. And he fought his wife. And he fought most everybody else that ever looked at him crossway. He won some. And he lost some. Now, Uncle Pat's wife was a Pentecostal preacher. She used to bring Pat to church on Sunday morning, hungover and feel him guilty. She'd put him up on the platform with his electric guitar, and the preacher'd stand up behind the stand, and he'd turn around and he'd say, "Pat, you need to straighten up your life. Get right with God." Pat never said anything. He just kept his head bowed low, continued to feel guilty. Now my father, he was a stellar man. He lived a life that anybody would be proud of. Laying bricks and preaching the gospel, giving of his time and his substance and his heart to anyone who was in need. Uncle Pat used to call him up when he was feeling down, when he was in trouble again. And my dad would listen, try to help him however he could. My daddy loved his little brother Pat. I only remember one time in my adult life seeing Uncle Pat. It was at a reunion of sorts in Placerville, California. And he was just as leathery as a Bakersfield roustabout. He was as tough as the inside of a Merle Haggard song. And he sang like whiskey in hard times. And my Aunt Dorothy, she sat down at the piano and she started to play some gospel music. Pat joined right in. Mansion over the hilltop, I'll Fly Away. And I started to play with them. And it was sounding pretty good. And then my father came in. And my dad put back his head and sang from the very bottom of his heart those gospel songs. And I tell you, if you'd have listened close, I think you'd have heard maybe God himself and a choir of angels singing along with us. But the devil came in too. He walked in the front door and he took a fast look around and he walked out the back. And he hollered over his shoulder as he left. He said, "Pat, I'll be back for you, Pat. You can count on that." I'll be back as soon as that preacher leaves. And that's the one time that the devil told the unvarnished truth.